Hello, this is Rockson Ankomah again, and I'm continuing to read from Joshua chapter 8. Joshua chapter 8, as I continue to read, and I continue to read. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear not, neither be thy dismay. Take all the people of war with thee. Arise, go up to Ai. See, I have given unto thy hand the king of Ai, and his people and his cities, and his hand. And thou shalt do to Ai and her king as thou didst unto Jericho and her king. Only the spoil thereof and the cattle thereof shall ye take a- for a prey unto yourself. Lay thee an ambush for the city behind it. So Joshua arose and all the people of war to go up against Ai. And Joshua chased out 30,000 mighty men of valor and sent them away by night. And he commanded them, saying, Behold, ye shall lie in wait against the city, even behind the city. Go not very far from the city, but be ye all ready. And I and all the people that are with me will approach unto the city. And it shall come to pass when they come out against us, as at the first day, we will flee therefore them, for they will come out after us till we have drawn them from the city. For they will say, They flee before us as at the first, before we will flee before them. Then ye shall rise up from the ambush and seize upon the city, for the Lord your God will deliver it into your hand. And it shall be, when ye have taken the city, that ye shall set the city on fire. According to the commandment of the Lord shall ye do. See, I have commanded you. Joshua therefore sent them forth, and they went to lie in ambush and abode between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of Ai. But Joshua lodged the night among the people. And Joshua rose up early in the morning and numbered the people, and went up, and he and the elders of Israel before the people to Ai. And all the people, even the people of war that were with him, went up, drew near, and came before the city, and pitched on the north side of Ai. Now therefore was a valley between them and Ai, and he took about 5,000 men, set them to lie in ambush between Bethel and Ai, on the west side of the city. And when they had set the people, even all the host that was on the north of the city, and their lies in wait on the west of the city, Joshua went that night into the midst of the valley. And it came to pass, when the king of Ai saw it, that they hasted and rose up early, and the men of the city went up against Israel to battle, he and all his people, at a time appointed before the plain. But he wasted not that there was lie in ambush against him behind the city. And Joshua and all Israel men, as if they were beaten before them, and fled by the way of the wilderness. And all the people that were in Ai were called together to pursue after them. And they pursued after Joshua and were drawn away from the city. And there was not a man left in Ai or Bethel that went not out after Israel. And they left the city open, and pursued after Israel. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Stretch out the spear that is in thy hand towards Ai, for I will give it into thy hand. And Joshua stretched out the spear that he had in his hand towards the city. And the ambush arose quickly out of their place, and they ran as soon as he had stretched out of his hand. And they entered into the city and took it and hastened and set the city on fire. And when the men of Ai looked behind them, they saw and behold the smoke of the city ascend up to heaven, and they had no power to flee this way, or they were or that way, and that the people that fled to the wilderness turned back upon the pursuers. And when Joshua and all Israel saw that the ambush had taken the city, and that the smoke of the city ascended, then they turned again and slew the men of Ai, and the over issued out of the city against them. So they were in the midst of Israel, some of this side and some of that side, and they smote them, so that they let none of them remain or escape. And the king of Ai took alive and brought him to Joshua. And it came to pass, when Israel had made an end of slaying all the inhabitants of Ai in the wilderness wherein they chased them, and when they were all fallen on the edge of the sword until they were consumed, that all the Israelites returned unto Ai, and smote it with the edge of the sword. And so it was that all that fell that day, both of men and women, were 12,000, even all the men of Ai. For Joshua drew not his hand back, wherewith he stretched out the spear until he had utterly destroyed all the inhabitants of Ai. Only the cattle and the spoil of that city Israel took for a prey unto themselves, according unto the word of the Lord which he had commanded Joshua. And Joshua bent Ai and made it an heap forever, even a desolate unto this day. And the king of Ai, he hung on a tree unto eventide, and as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it in the entering of the gate of the city, and raised thereon a great heap of stone that remaineth unto this day. Then Joshua built an altar unto the Lord God of Israel in Mount Ebal. And Moses the servant of the Lord commanded the children of Israel, as it is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of whole stone, over which no man has left up any iron. And they offered thereon burnt offering unto the Lord, and sacrificed peace offering. And he wrote there upon the stone a copy of the law of Moses, which he wrote in the presence of the Lord of Israel. And all Israel and their elders and officers and their judges stood on this side the ark, and on that side before the priests of the Levites, which bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, as were the stranger as he that was born among them, half of them over against Mount Gerizim, and half of them over against Mount Ebal, as Moses the servant of the Lord had commanded before, that they should bless the people of Israel. And afterwards he read all the words of the law, and the blessing and the cursing, according to all that is written in the book of the law. There was not a word of all that Moses commanded which Joshua read not before all the congregation of Israel, with the woman and the little ones and the stranger that were conversant among them.